Everyone, here's a live look at Silver Beach in St. Joseph, Michigan. A lot of people headed to the water this weekend as temperatures warm up, and certainly Lake Michigan has a more refreshing-like feel. Water temperature is still cold though, in the 50s, and I'm here with Dave Benjamin from the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project, and with summer season, swim season about to start, drowning incidents go up like a rocket.
Yeah, they do, absolutely. The warmer weather is going to bring more people to the beach, obviously. Memorial Day through Labor Day is our summer swim season. And the more people you have at the beach, the more opportunity for something could go wrong.
And you're part of the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project, and you actually had a drowning incident yourself that a non-fatal drowning incident yourself that really inspired you to get involved with the water safety advocacy. And we're going to get to your story in just a second, but tell us more about the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project.
The Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. We track the drownings in the Great Lakes. We teach Great Lakes water safety. We work with family and friends of drowning victims to advocate water safety, and we also do open water surf lifeguard training. So tracking the drownings in the Great Lakes, since 2010, there's been over 450 drownings. We've got several drownings right now that we're waiting for confirmation if they were actually a drowning or not. For Great Lakes water safety presentations, since June of 2011, we've done over 270 presentations, and a big bulk of those presentations are in schools. When we look at schools today, they have fire drills, tornado drills, school shooter drills, even earthquake drills in Illinois and Indiana, but very little water safety education. And unfortunately, more school-age children will die drowning each year than in fires, tornadoes, school shooters, and earthquakes combined. So we really need to start asking the question, why is the water safety lacking?
Well, and one interesting statistic that really is very interesting and startling to me is 4 out of 5 drowning victims are men. Why?
Right. Yeah, 4 out of 5, 80% of drowning victims are male. And the research says that men have this special skill. We overestimate our abilities. We're more apt to take risks and more susceptible to peer pressure, whether we're giving it or taking it. And unfortunately, those male skills are very dangerous around water. If we're overestimating our ability in water, it's often fatal.
Now, when you're caught in currents on Lake Michigan, I mean, we've got structural and rips. What are the difference, and which is the more common one for incidents?
Well, what we see is there's several types of dangerous currents, and they work in concert. So we can have longshore currents that run parallel to shore when the wind and waves is hitting the beach at an angle, and they can feed into rip currents, which will pull you away from shore. And then the longshore current can continue to go up the beach to where it hits a structure or a pier, and it's going to go all the way out and around the structure. So it can be very, very confusing with the different types of currents, and what we advocate is that, you know, if you ever get caught in a dangerous current, is that you don't fight the current. It's a treadmill. You're not going to win. These dangerous currents are stronger and faster than Olympic swimmers. You don't really have a chance. What we advocate is that people flip, float, and follow. And then how it works is you flip over on your back and you float. You float to keep your head above water, float to conserve your energy, float to calm yourself down from the fear and panic of drowning, and then follow the safest path out of the water.
And you actually have a story of you actually did that and it saved your life.
Yeah, and this was before we knew anything about flip, float, and follow, but I had a drowning accident December 26, 2010. It was the day after Christmas, and I wasn't really paying attention as the ice flow was starting to come in, and what ended up happening is a big wave peaked up over my shoulder. I took it late, I got flipped, got the wind knocked out of me, pushed to the bottom, 30-degree cold water flushing my suit, and I was instant panic. And then I also realized that my leash on my surfboard failed, so another instant panic, you know, maximizing. And then by the time I was getting up to the surface, another waves pushed me down. I'm choking, I'm hyperventilating. And when I think I'm holding my last breath, I had this memory recall, this article called Drowning Doesn't Look Like Drowning by Mario Vitone. And he's a Coast Guard rescue captain who's now retired, where in the article it describes the signs of drowning. Facing shore, mouth to water level, head tilted back, you're vertical in the water doing this climbing the ladder motion. I realized I'm doing all the signs of drowning, and the more that I'm doing that, the more that I'm drowning, so I'm just going to give that up. And then I was able to float back up to the surface. I had a very buoyant wetsuit on, and I got to the surface, got my breathing under control, and then I was in a dangerous current, a structural current pulling me out, so I had to get away from the wall so I could have the waves wash me back into shore. And it was actually after I got out on the shore, completely wiped out, exhausted, my surfboard was trashed, and I was like, you know, I really could have cost me my life there, just some basic information.
But flip, float, and follow. Emphasis on float to save your life if you're no longer too tired to swim.
Exactly.
All right, Dave. Thanks for joining us here, and that's great information to make the summer not only fun but safe. We'll be right back.